TNTMTheShow presents Comicast 306 with your host,
Pablo Gunner.
And I'm JD, and we are talking nerdy to we are here talking nerdy to you about comics for the week of October 3rd,
Yes.
2017.
That is absolutely right. It is awkward. It is Halloween. So I'm jacked off. I think a lot of other people are about it as well. We have a lot of nerdy stuff going on.
Yeah, how do you want to do it? Do you want to just knock these comics out and go from there? Or
so the new free games on PS Plus. Well, we have you can get early access on the GT Sport limited time October 9th. There's Ghost Recon game trial from 10/12 to 10/15. Then you have Uncharted 4 multiplayer. You have exclusive Hand of the Gods Plus pack and free access to closed beta. This is a good one. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain for PlayStation Plus.
I got that already.
Okay. It is a magnificent game. I have it on PS3, but I want to see how it plays.
Well, I've got the Ground Zeroes a few months back whenever they were giving it away.
Yeah.
Now I've got the Phantom Pain. I've got the whole thing, so I'm going to play the whole thing now.
Yeah, it's just magnificent. I can't wait to get it. Then we have Amnesia Collection, and then there's a PlayStation VR bonus Mechanized Combat League. Let's see. I feel like there's more stuff from them. There's PlayStation Experience 2017 in Anaheim, December 9th and 10th. They announced that and stuff. So there's that going on, coming up eventually-ish.
And then we have the new Xbox stuff, right?
Yeah, we have the Xbox stuff too.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
I know that we had the Battlefront 2 beta this past week. Oh, man. I was one of those nice people that had access on Wednesday. So all day Wednesday on my day off, I just sat and played some Battlefront 2, and I was loving it.
Okay.
That, man, the infiltration on that sniper, you can select this mode where he's got this EE4, just pretty much a cannon. And each time you kill somebody, it refreshes, and you can just poof, poof. I mean, it's amazing.
Okay. Yeah. I heard one of our cosplayer buds, he's hardcore into Star Wars, and he's like, "Oh, they improved everything. It's so good."
The flights that got me.
The flights, because that's what I like the most is the flying.
The controls are a little weird because they have an automatic roll to kind of upright you and stuff.
Okay.
And it really messes with you if you're not careful, because you'll just be upside down trying to do stuff, and you roll and you're like crashing into everything. It's like sucks. But I mean, I'm sure I can get used to it or turn the automatic roll off.
So yeah, on PlayStation there's a Middle Earth Shadow of War Gold Edition to pre-order. Just Dance 2018 on pre-order. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, which I've heard so many good things about that game, and now this is essentially like, I think it's an expansion, but it's also like kind of like a re-release they're doing, like kind of like a, what is it called?
A remaster?
Kind of like a remaster, but also a
Game of the Year edition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm totally jacked up for that. We have Blade Runner 2049 for pre-order. That's out. I've heard it flopped though. I don't know if it's a good or bad
movie, but that's
not doing well. Well, I see it. I'll be honest.
I'm
not like a huge fan of the original. Like, it's not a bad movie, and I'm sure for its time, it was freaking amazing.
It was groundbreaking.
But I've seen it like, okay, it's not the best thing ever. Girls Trip, I think I heard that was awful. But anyways, so yeah, there's that on that end.
We're going to have a Jigsaw coming up soon.
Jigsaw?
Yeah, the new Saw movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming out real soon.
Recommended on Xbox, there's Fate of the Furious car pack on Forza Motorsport 7 Ultimate Edition. And then there's the games on Xbox. It says Defy the Depths of Darkness. I don't know what that means. Yeah, and then they have free play days for all, which is Xbox Live multiplayer is free October 6th through 7th. That's already over, isn't it?
That's today and tomorrow, right?
Okay. So, and then of course they also have the multiplayer as well for the beta multiplayer for Battlefront. So yeah. Like I said, I looked for the thing. I really don't care. I think I think Xbox is trash with their games, with
Their free stuff.
Their their free gold games on gold is garbage. So what's not garbage?
A Justice League trailer?
I don't know. That depends on your point of view. But we can get into the Justice League trailer. Yeah. Okay, so they put out a third, and I'm thinking, well, probably not final one, but like this is going to be the final big one.
Yeah.
You know,
you're gonna have TV spots for Justice League.
Right. So
it's in a month and some change.
You obviously thought
it wasn't trash.
Good things. I think this is the best one so far, but at the same time, I'm going. This looks cluttered. They're jam-packing a lot.
Spider-Man 3 or an extremely long movie.
And then I think this is also going to be a lot of it. What I want to make a mashup of Aquaman and all his yas. Yeah. Like it seems like in every trailer he says it at least 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the whole movie it's just going to be the dude man rogue guy Aquaman that just says drinks beers, and like, you know, it's I don't know. I worry that they're changing Aquaman too much into Jason Momoa and versus the other way around. I
think he's kind of going for more of a Thor thing.
Like he looks cool, but I'm just like, hey, just as long as you stick to the core of the character, But and it's still no booyah. Still no booyah.
Yeah, still no booyah.
I feel like we got more personality from Cyborg in this one than we have ever before, but at the same time, I think they're going with the more robotic side of him. We also got some more Ezra Fitch, cheesing, clowning, or whatever, like about the, just being like the new kid.
Look, here's the bat signal.
Instead of Cyborg being like the new kid,
it's the Flash.
It's the Flash being the new kid. And I think it is Barry, right?
Yeah, it's Barry.
It is Barry. So, and I feel like we're still getting more bad Batman humor or bad Bruce humor.
Yeah.
If it was dark humor, I'd be okay with it, but they're still adding. I still feel like everybody, and Gal Gadot looks phenomenal.
Oh, she's
every look, every expression she does
she's
is
purdy.
She's perfect. She is divine.
She is purdy.
She truly, and she's perfect for the role.
Yeah, she does fit the role out.
And Steppenwolf looks sick, dude.
Man. He looks like a formidable foe.
And they keep on. This one really focused on
Lois's PTSD from losing Clark.
I think the world's PTSD of losing Superman because there is a loss of hope.
Yeah,
there's no hope in that cup, in the world's cup.
That big symbol stood for hope.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we all know what's going to happen because we've also heard of teasers and teaser images of him in the black suit with a beard, with long hair. I can't wait to see him with a mullet and in the black suit in a beard. It's going to be fantastic.
And a mustache.
Yes.
A bearded mustache.
Yes, absolutely. So I will say I am hyped for it more than ever, but I also feel like it's not going to be
as good as
that great. Yeah. I think it's going to be cluttered. I think it's probably better because Joss Whedon, but I think it was going to be complete garbage without him. And there's a chance that it might still be
salvageable.
Yeah. We'll see though. I said it's going to be jam-packed full of stuff. I don't understand how to introduce all these characters, get them all together. You're going to have the return of Superman.
Have a battle, and then the return of Superman.
And then all this, like this huge invasion, all this stuff going on. So it seems like too much to pack into me. But, hey, they made it. He made it work in
the
Avengers. So, but he also did not fully direct this movie.
Yeah, and he didn't help build the world. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
He helped build the Marvel Cinematic Universe from its core. I mean,
Pacific Rim Uprising looks pretty awesome, but it also looks more commercial in this one. Like it's focusing more on like action, robots, cool.
Toys.
Yes, like more of that than, I don't know, because the first one I don't think was super great, so I don't think it's going to be a huge problem that this is going in a slightly different direction. So we'll see. We'll see if different means better or not. Actually, I'm definitely going to go see it though.
Yeah, and then we have the Constantine trailer for the anime series, which I have yet to look at it, even though I posted it. Sorry. It's great. Has a return of Ryan, so we have the Constantine as Constantine.
Fantastic.
This is supposed to fit inside the Arrow universe, so maybe we'll see more interaction with him in live action.
I sure hope so.
Because that show is great.
He is so good, and it actually was pretty solid. I think if you were to watch it all the way through...
I mean, it has hit and miss writing here and there, but it's because it was rushed. I mean, it was not that...
I just feel like he knocked the character out.
Oh, yeah,
like,
he is the character.
He is,
He is John Constantine.
Right, not Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. All that freaking tattoo he had was pretty awesome.
I mean, the movie was cool, but it's now that I know the character, it's like,
it's like,
not right.
It's like,
but anyways, speaking of real quick, something we have not talked about at all. I think we've both seen it, which is Batman and
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Which, first of all, I think is a horrible title for the movie.
Yeah.
I think it should have I think they should have, because this. I think what it actually is
it's basically an homage to the animated series.
To the Batman animated series. Yes, it's a more adult. It's like, hey, we're older.
You used to watch that in 91,
right? You're an adult, and now this aged with it.
And here you go. This is something you need to watch. It'll make you remember all those voices. You know, Kevin Conroy, the guy that played Nightwing, was back because it's the same guy that played Dick Grayson in that series. I can never remember his name.
They did replace Harley,
because it's Bernadette from whatever.
Let's Bang Theory.
Yeah, Let's Bang Theory.
Whatever, close enough.
Melissa Ranch, that's her name. Okay, took me a minute. It's not too bad. I mean, the animation's pretty good. I enjoyed the animation.
Because there's the Phantasm. They have that movie.
Yeah,
right?
the Master. Yeah,
and then they have other
Sub-Zero.
They have other Batman animated movies, and I feel like this should have just been that, like Batman the animated series,
Harley Quinn.
Or honestly, you know what I felt like it was. It felt like more of they should have placed it, or like they should have called it like Nightwing and Harley, like with Batman.
Yeah,
because you know what it really felt like.
That chemistry
between those two characters, and I will forever ship those two characters. They even have a similar fighting style too. It seems like they flow really well together, and the way how different they are, but how similar they are at the same time. I feel like they're almost a yin and yang, man. Like they're and it's the same thing with their styles of comedy are different, but in some places they're similar. Yeah. And that couple, I think it was really funny to me. It was I don't know if this ever happened with you, but have you ever had to go on a date with a girl, but with a parent chaperone? And in high school, that's what it felt like to me. That, it was a road tour,
So it was a Nightwing and Harley Quinn date with Batman.
Batman as the parent chaperone.
You shouldn't be doing that.
It's and it's weird to say, but I kind of feel hey, Joker's almost the crappy parent of Harley, and Batman's the parent of Dick, and then you mash them together, and I thought it was really fun. I thought it was real fun. It's a more adult version, like I said.
Very adult.
If it grew up with me. If Batman the Animated Series grew up with me, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
The animation was almost the same, to the point where it was a little could you guys have made it look better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just felt like this looks almost exactly
the same.
Where it didn't look improved. You know what I mean?
It's Bruce Timm. He has this distinct style, and that's
right.
what it was.
But and even the story, I was it was okay. They could have even called it Ivy something, or you know what I mean, because that's what the main antagonist was, or I don't know, something. I just felt like it wasn't titled well, because Batman and Harley wasn't the right title. It gives you the wrong idea, because it does focus definitely more on Nightwing and Harley being together, or just being a team, or a partnership, or
whatever
whatever it was. Yeah, and it ended up being, I thought, a really fun and solid movie.
I'd say go watch it, man.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth watching.
Yes,
it's definitely worth watching. I kind of want to see it again, just because it is fun.
It's good.
And it's
there's definitely some family entertainment.
No, it is not. It is perverted. And that's what I kind of like. Is hey, this is
this is what would happen. I mean, I'm sorry, she's been out for 3 months and she works at a bar, and now she comes across Nightwing, and he's got what she's looking for.
Good dude, you know.
He's got what she's looking for, and she knows that she's got what he's won.
And I love how they clown. She clowns on like, we always thought you were into the YouTube were like, you know, into
we always thought you were into dudes.
Yeah. Just because of the dynamic that you guys had, and it was like, he's like,
it'd be
no,
really
and
nice.
Like, yeah,
it'd be really nice. It'd be really wrong, but it'd be really nice.
So, but it's I really liked it. You see the caring that builds to with amongst the three of them, but definitely between Nightwing and Harley. So I want to see more shipping of that, like especially at cons and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can get my wife to do like a Harley Quinn now.
Okay.
She did do the nurse one from Arkham Asylum once, and it was fantastic. Nice. So what else?
Gifted.
Okay, Gifted. That is what I'm aiming at, which is Gifted is. I'm just gonna start like it is amazing. It's the X-Men wanted but never got, and it's still kind of not because it doesn't have the main characters, but it has side characters, and I'm fine with like. Okay, you have your Magneto character, Polaris, but it's not Magneto. I don't know if they're ever going to go into that place and they're going to say, hey, she is Magneto's daughter or not, has been confirmed. Because they didn't even really get into it much with Quicksilver, and they haven't with like a Scarlet Witch in the X-Men movies, but they, you know, whatever.
But yes, this Polaris is a daughter of Magneto. I
thought it was Warpath. It's not Warpath because Warpath was in the movie.
This is Thunderbird.
This is Thunderbird, and I like better actually. So he's different. And
it's not James. This is John.
Once again, I'm liking it. More representation. We have a native character, and I love that. Okay. So we have a Native American character. I like him a lot. I like the way he looks. Okay. We also have
Eclipse.
Is that the guy with like the laser fingers? Okay, I didn't know who he was because I don't think they used his code name. And so he has like the laser fingers, but when he got shot, it also burned out bright from his skin too. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. He's Latino, and I'm like, yeah, more Latinos, you know, just more diversity. That's what I've always loved.
X-Men.
X-Men. That's what they're putting in this. Okay. We just need.
We have Jamie Chung as Blink.
Yes, so
we have Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball Evolution as Blink.
Oh no way! I thought it was the same girl from X-Men Days of Future Past. Nope. It looks just.
Oh yeah, they look very close.
They look very similar.
Yes.
But I thought it was her. That's how similar they look.
But it's Jamie Chung, yes.
So okay, no way, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. But she looks spot on like Blink, and of course they haven't called her that yet. She's just starting with the powers. I don't know if they're gonna go into her being Nightcrawler's daughter or not, because she is, you know, I think she's like an alternate universe version though.
She was an Age of Apocalypse or something like that.
Like her and Scarlet Witch had a kid, so she has like the Hex Bolt and the portals. Because I think they gave her the Hex Bolts in Days of Future Past, didn't they?
I think so.
But they didn't call them that. But yeah, they were there.
And then we have David Moyer or whatever Steve Moyer from True Blood. You know, Suzuki is mine. You watch True Blood?
My wife got into it. No, I didn't. But I know the dad character.
The main guy.
Yeah. Okay.
See, the one that's actually married to Anna Paquin.
But I don't know if he's going to turn out to be good or bad yet.
And that's again.
We'll see in the next episode. Episode what?
Episode 2 comes out tomorrow.
Okay, I can't wait. I'm watching it through Hulu.
Me too.
But I'm gonna try to do it on both, probably just so hey, if I'm home and it's available, I'm watching it. You know, because I want to see it ASAP.
Yeah.
Because it is that great. And then even the brother sister, they have a good thing
they
going.
Have a great dynamic.
Where like some people are saying she's kind of like Invisible Woman, but I'm like, no, it's just like air bubbles or whatever. It's not like
she makes the air, gathers air, and makes it dense.
His powers are like more
telekinesis,
anger, you know,
like Carrie,
focused, kind of. I mean, I don't want to, but yeah. So even his like their dynamic is really cool and really interesting. I like that. So and theirs is more of like the basic, you know,
brother sister thing.
Yeah. So, but I love it, dude. I absolutely love it.
We have
they have a Sentinel.
Amy Aker. Yeah, Amy Aker from Amy. She's the mom.
Okay.
And she's also Coulson's chillest in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series.
No way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
so
interesting.
really weird.
Funny.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Let's just hope she doesn't play the cello.
Crossover? Are we doing some crossovers? Huh?
Well,
No, but
she did go get married after that. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, you never know. But so I love it. I think it's just gonna get better and better as it goes on.
I'm gonna leave
From
my
the word
judgments
go-
for at least the first 4
From
or
the
5.
word go, it's
really
already
good.
absolutely, like I said, it's the X-Men show I've been wanting but never got. You know, so
It's better than Generation X. Remember that piece?
no.
Okay, you're unfortunate. If you're as old as I am, on the 90s, there was the Generation X pilot on Fox. It was tolerable and a complete disgrace to what the X-Men we wanted were. But it was made. So it's out on YouTube. Find it. It's good.
So
Good. Just watch it.
Speaking of disgraces, some people might think this next one we're going to talk about is a disgrace.
We're going to talk about Inhumans.
Marvel's
Inhumans.
Yeah. Okay. And now I watched the first episode and I was like,
I've watched 3.
Okay, it's all right. And I saw the second one and I was like, all right, it's not bad.
Not bad.
So I'm like, okay, looking forward to a third. This is the one that you said should be watched in trade.
Yeah, it's a watched in trade. Okay.
We don't know yet if it's going to get better, but according to the way that it seems like each episode
is
getting better, I will say that I feel like they kind of did things wrong in the sense that like they kind of rushed it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing character building. I feel like they should have done like kind of like character profiles, like even like shorts or something like that that focused on, hey, this is Karnak and this is what he's about. I feel like he's kind of been hashed out the most, sort of. On like his abilities and what he's about and stuff like that and how he does his thing. But I kind of feel like he's also not been done the best just because of the fact that I'm like, Karnak is better than this. And I don't think he, I think his casting is pretty solid. Even Triton, I've only seen him once. He looks cool. Like I said, need a little more work on that. Gorgon seems pretty cool.
He's his character.
But I feel like I don't like the way his head looks. I want him to look more Gorgon-y.
Yeah.
Like I want him to just like look like his forehead to look more, like I said, like Gorgon.
Okay.
But I just said the casting I don't mind. I just wish he looked more like him.
But it's a cool.
Medusa, I think, is really good. I think she's a good actress. I don't like her hair with the wig. It looks super fake and it looks really awful. But like shaved, she looks good. She still looks attractive. But
Crystal.
Crystal is gorgeous. Oh my god! And that's what I think Crystal should be to me. She's always been kind of like a two-dimensional character, but she is just stunning.
What do you think about what
she is? I don't think Crystal is that great. Like I don't know if it's the actress or just the character.
It's the writing right now. Trust me, it's the writing.
But like she doesn't seem that great. And then you said Maximus. Now.
How, is it believable? Is he a plausible villain?
Oh yeah, he's a plausible villain. I think he did such a good job as Ramsay Bolton, as the bastard in that, and his accent was so good, and I was kind of hoping they were going to carry that over, or at least do like a different English accent, at least, versus doing him in an American accent, and I don't like that. Like I said, once again, like I feel like it's a good diverse cast. I like that, but I also feel like, why are you making them all American?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should all sound like they're kind of from different countries. I don't know why, but and
what about the king?
I don't like the king. I feel like he's not that he needs to be way more expressive. Okay. I don't really like the sign language. I feel like they should have just gone with basic sign language, so at least like people that are deaf
can understand,
would know what he's saying, instead of going, oh, we're gonna make up a made up, Black Bolt Adelan thing. No, just go with it. Like, who cares? And then that would be like a thing for specifically people that know sign language, yeah. And so you would know what he was saying. I thought maybe they were going to do a like, hey, we're going to have a telepath, like, so he wouldn't see his mouth move, but you hear talk, and that's how he would talk to the people.
Yeah.
Because right now there's a huge disconnect between him and the people, and like that, I just feel it feels rushed, like the coup and everything formed really quick. Also, they keep saying that he's human and that's bad. and like so that if the Terrigen doesn't do anything for you, then you're just human. But I never have known that to be a thing. I thought it was just like your abilities were
dormant or whatever.
Dormant, or like just like, you know, that guy, his hand, he had like a claw or whatever, and he worked in the mines. I don't know that much about Inhumans to know, but I feel like Inhumans was not this way, where there was kind of like this caste system of, oh, hey, if you got awesome powers, then you're awesome. But if you didn't, then you're in the mines and you're pretty much a slave. Yeah. Or you're just like, you're lowly. I don't remember it being like that, but like I said, I don't know that much about Inhumans, so I can't really say specifically. Like I said, I do think that what's his name's pretty solid. I'm wondering though, like, because I thought his Inhuman powers was he can mind control people, but he's so mad. Like he's easy. Like that's part of power. Like it's double. Like he can mind control people, but he's also
a little
crazy now because of that's part of his transformation. And I don't. So I'm assuming that he can still do that, but they haven't fleshed that out. Yeah. That he can control people with mind control people. So, but I'm hoping they do cover that and don't just go like, oh, people actually want to be on his side. No, he's mind controlling these people. So, and even like his assassin, like she seems pretty cool. She seems pretty hardcore. Lockjaw is the best. Lockjaw is the best. He looks awesome. His powers look really cool. Like he's like everybody loves him. How can you not love him?
And there's so little of him.
He's an English bulldog that's giant. Yeah. You know.
We get to see a little bit more of him so far. Again, I'm up to the 3rd episode, so I'm one beyond you.
So, but I don't think the guy that plays Black Bolt is that great, and I think they hindered him in a lot of ways too by the what they did with him. I think he did get better in the second one because you do see more expression. You do see like he does do more hand signs that like people may get, or like Right, and he does do his face seem to be more expressive. So I'm thinking maybe he does get better as it goes on. So I want to see more facial expression.
Yeah, I want to see him like really get into the role and do it right. I mean, I really want this thing to succeed because it has potential, but it's definitely not there yet. So
not like Gifted, or from the word go, it is
or Legion,
fantastic.
Legion.
Another one.
Oh my gosh,
Fox is just killing it with their shows. This is exactly why I've always said X-Men should, and just comics period, they should be shows, not movies. But you could do events for movies, like that would be cool. But like I said, and I think Gifted and Legion proves that exactly.
Never know. Maybe we'll get a Fantastic Four TV show that actually is worth a crap. You never know. Yeah, and then that's another thing is I heard that they were going to show a teaser at NYCC, the New York Comic Con for Punisher, but they were actually going to show the entire first episode, the pilot, but they canceled it due to the tragedy in Vegas.
Yes.
So that's been delayed.
So has the show also been delayed?
That has not been disclosed yet.
Okay.
I really think it's going to come out on November the 10th still. I really do.
All right, cool. I think we've talked. We've gone on long enough. We're getting to our October 3rd comics. Our grade scale is Bison Pass with variations.
Yep. High, strong skim, weak skim, strong by, weak by.
Then we have terms.
We have runners up and contenders for our best book of the week,
which is the Back and Bag, the B-Bow.
Yep. So, and then we have this nice timer right here. So, let me know what you think it is. And Pablo here will hook it up.
Yes, just tell us what you want, and we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Classic right there. So, let him know what that is, what it's from.
We can do that one for us.
And he'll hook you up with a code, whatnot.
Cool.
We got some digital stuff.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We're trying not to spoil too much, but we will definitely for B-Bow and for Runner Up. But I feel like we hype more than, because like I've listened to this podcast when I'm not on it, and the hype is real, dude.
The hype is real.
But it's not spoiled like
sometimes
stuff, but like it depends. So, anyways, first book we have Harley and Ivy meet Betty and Veronica, so it's DC and Archie Comics team up together.
Let me see if I can hunt down the...
to do this, I believe it's a limited series. It doesn't say, I don't think specifically.
No, it doesn't say specifically. I'm trying to find the credits here. I think it's on the last page.
But I think it's kind of like a Halloween, an
October thing.
Yeah, an October thing. So yeah, it's what happens is we have Veronica's dad. What's his name?
Mr. Veronica.
And so
Paul, I guess this is Paul Dini or something. It's Dini, Andreico, Brega, Avina, and Perito. I don't see any credits up here whatsoever.
So, anyways, he wants to make a shopping mall essentially in the marsh, and she sees the commercial for it. Ivy sees the commercial for it.
She's like, nah.
So she's like, hey, Harley, come on, let's go stop this from happening. And he's also doing a free college thing too for town.
Yeah.
To it. And so they go there, and that's they're like, oh, they try to do their thing. And it's weird because they go as themselves.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna go to the high school
as Pamela,
as students,
as Dr. Pamela Isley and Harleen Quinzel.
Yes.
That would make me the most sense. They could kind of get away with stuff there.
But they went straight to
as Harley and Poison Ivy.
Mr. Lodge, that's his name.
Lodge,
yeah. And so Hiram Lodge. And so they go straight to him.
Isn't it Jewish?
I don't know, and stuff. And then you also have the ladies, and they're feuding.
It's Betty and Veronica.
Yeah. So, but it's different from what we have going on in the actual
Betty and Veronica.
Comics. Yeah. Well, I don't know about Betty and Veronica comics. I haven't read those ones, but in the Archie comics,
which I ain't going to start picking those up.
This one does seem more, more true to that. But they go, okay, this isn't working, so we're going to do things, and then they have a big Halloween costume party, and Betty and Veronica decide to do Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, but then Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy there. So you have two different generation costumes. I think they went with the class, and then the other ones went with the new style,
the modern stuff.
Yeah. So that's essentially it. It's all right. It's decent. So I'm not. I don't know. I mean, if you like both worlds, I don't know. I'm still not sure if it's even. If it's worth a week buy. I would give it. I would give it a strong skim.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I give it a strong skim.
Strong skim because it's not the best thing in the world because it's really just a lot of build up. But it is pretty decent. It's definitely not something you would trash.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks pretty solid. The art is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And it seems to fit both things. So
strong skim for me.
We'll see how it goes. Cool.
Wow, that was 2 minutes.
So let's try something different. You want to guess what I gave this book?
A strong magnetic contender.
Okay, we'll see how this goes. We have Bat and the White Knight. It's 1 of 8. It's 399. We have Sean Murphy is art covers. Matt Hollingsworth is color and cover colors. Then we have Todd Klein as letters. And yeah, we have Batman in Chains. It starts off with Batman in Chains, and then it says 1 year ago. And we have Joker, and he's wreaking havoc, but someone is creating destruction behind him. This takes place after Jason Todd. We have Batgirl, and we have Nightwing. They are helping, but Batman is just in this zone of destruction. He doesn't really care. He's just getting the job done. He's stopping him, and he's pummeling Joker. And the police aren't stopping him. And they're at some chemical plant with drugs, and Batman shoves the drugs down his mouth, and then after Joker has recovered, he comes out and he's a changed man. He's super intellectual, and now he's working up this case to sue Batman, and he's going to sue the city, and he's like, I'm going to improve the city, and I'm going to protect it from Batman. So first, felt like, hey, this is not something that I care for. because just the right, like I feel like I've seen before. I feel like this isn't anything new. But then when it changed to, oh, Joker's the good guy and Batman's the bad guy and everything like that, and now he's smart and everything, I can't wait to see him go bad, but I also want to see how this goes for him. I love this art style. It is like a noirish style, but it's also like very gritty and dark. I like my Batman very dark and gritty, and I like it noir style too. So this is it like I said, it took a while to suck me in. I was like, I almost quit because I was like, I don't know about this. But if you stick it through, it gets better. So you were right. Yeah, you're right. It's a strong buy, not a contender though, just because, like I said, rough start. Even though it looks good, I've just felt like, hey, this is something that I've read, but like it didn't feel like that fresh and new. We got there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Next up, we have some Spirits of Vengeance, numero uno.
Yes, now Marvel Legacy War at the Gates of Hell.
Victor Gischler is the writer.
Sure.
David Baldion is the artist. Andres Mosa is the color artist. And Corey Petit, or is it Petit?
Yeah.
It's Corey Petit is the letterer.
So is this Johnny Blaze or is this your other buddy?
This is Johnny the Blaze.
This is Johnny, and then there's another guy that looks just like him. That's not Johnny Blaze. Who is who?
Oh, I can't remember.
Damon or
Hellstrom?
Hellstrom?
Damon Hellstrom?
Or is that other guy that he goes to talk to?
Yes, it's Hellstrom. That's what I call him.
So anyway, some guy got shot that looks like him. He gives him the bullet. He's like, hey, go deliver it to this guy. And so he goes and he delivers it. Yeah, we do see Ghost Rider go into full Ghost Rider mode. I'm over Johnny Blaze. It's time for the reign of Robbie Reyes. But this is a complete throwback. Yeah, we have
this is classic
Hellstrom, and that's what they do. And they're essentially just doing some information finding. There is some stuff going behind the scenes. You have like some
Necrodamius,
some demons and stuff that have some plan going behind the scenes.
Yes, it's classic characters that I have seen in ages. My stuff was best. Lilith was my favorite villain throughout that. And then we have a meeting between Hellstrom and Johnny Blaze, and it's strange, and we don't quite get a lot of what we want. It's really just build up until this first arc. That's really when it comes down to, because at the end of it, we have some Blade.
But he's on the front cover. You ought to know that he's going to be in it. So that's not a huge spoiler. No. They do introduce him. It is a cool moment. Here's the thing, though, and we'll talk about this throughout, but so then they do the introduction of this team at the end. The last few pages have the introduction of like a quick introduction to the characters and this team. Ghost Rider, Blade, Hellstrom, Satana, the Spirits of Vengeance. And I feel like that's something that should have been thrown in at the beginning of the book. And it's because all the Marvel Legacy books do this, and that makes zero sense to me. That's they're already screwing up. They should have put that at the beginning as the intro, and then had like their own intro because a lot of them are just continuations. But we'll get into there. What do you think of this one? I'm
gonna give it a strong buy. It's not really a contender, but it's because I really like this setup. I like the characters here. I like this team. This is what I want to see, but they have to further develop it. So until they further develop this, it's not going to be a contender. It's going to be a strong buy for me because I'm going to buy it. So.
Okay. So I was not very impressed. I feel like dropping it, but I will give it a 2-issue chance.
Okay.
This is already a limited series.
Yep.
So
this is what's 5, 6, 5.
Yeah. And here's the reason I got this Blade.
Oh yeah.
Number one reason, Blade. I've always loved Blade comics. I've loved the Blade character. I don't care about any of the other characters. Well, okay, Ghost Rider cool, but like I've already said,
you like Reyes.
Right. Let's bring in the
he's
new age.
Doing his own thing.
I don't care. Oh yeah, Logan is in how many books? I don't care.
Yeah, good point.
You know what I mean? Logan, period. Like Wolverine, is usually on how many teams? I don't care.
That's really interesting too.
So, which is funny when they cover Skrulls, because then they're like, oh, at least like Homer scrolls, you know what I mean? But so like I said, I wasn't that impressed. Art's not bad, but I don't know if it's really for me. I don't think it's really kind of dark enough. It looks too cartoony for me.
Okay.
Too soft for like this Spirits of Vengeance. I want something more dark and gritty.
Okay.
You know. So like I said, I wasn't that impressed. So
week buy.
I'm gonna give it a week buy.
Okay. Well, here's the digital code. Let us know what you think. Tell us which one of us is right. F for Phantasm. Yeah, or Phasm, whatever. C for Car. M for Morbius. B for Blade. S for Supernatural. L for Lilith. V for Victor. G for Ghost. T for Tomahawk or whatever.
I was going to say the same thing.
Z for Zarbon, and G for Ghost, and B for Blade.
Cool. And I'm going to say that Dark Knight, Batman, the Dawn #1, you gave wrong by and a contender.
I'm going to say you gave it the exact same thing. Strong by contender.
We'll see.
Sam Humphries is the writer here, and Ethan Van Sheaver is the artist. Jason Wright is colorist, and Tom Neapolitano is the letterer.
Sure. So we have Earth 32 Gotham City, and we have
it's same old song and dance.
Something we have not seen ever before, which is the death
it's
of
the same old song and dance.
John and Martha. Right? No, it's Thomas and Martha.
Thomas and Martha.
But in this one, young Bruce gets the lantern ring immediately.
He gets courage.
Immediately.
Courage.
And so they're like, he gets the ring, and then he immediately kills.
He kills Joe Chill. Let's just call him Joe Chill.
Sure, let's call him that. He tries to bring back his parents, which is
really
crazy.
Creepy.
And so he becomes Batman, but like a dark, corrupted Batman, and he's straight up killing mofos.
Oh yeah, he's just
Scarecrow, Penguin, like everyone, and what's his name is calling him out on it.
Yeah, Gordon's like you're killing him out.
And so he deals too. The Green Lantern Corps shows up. He
decimates them. Like they're little punks, like they're jabronis.
And so you see this like weird version of Batman mashed with
Green Lantern,
which is interesting. But they go further too, and they go like how he was recruited by this.
The Joker Batman,
the Judas Priest bondage Batman. I'm loving it more and more as it goes on, and I cannot wait to see the throwdown between him and Hal Jordan. Yeah. Like it looks cool, but there is a thing. We have a little interference from someone too.
Yeah. So we have the Red Death. We have the Mean Machine. We have
Death Machine, I think, right?
The Murder Machine, excuse me.
Oh, Murder Machine, yes.
And now we have the Dawnbreaker. Next up, we have, what is it, the aquatic one?
Yes.
What's it called? Like
Equatos. No, I don't know.
There was a splash page on it.
The Drowned. The Drowned.
The Drowned is what it is?
The Drowned, yeah.
Okay, so that's the next one. And evidently, that's a female version of Batman. That's my understanding.
Female Batman, that's the Aquaman.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, strong by contender. It looks phenomenal. It's really interesting. I just love seeing these warped versions of
Batman.
Like a what if.
Everybody.
I love how it's what ifs, but we're throwing them in there, you know? So, yeah.
My grade was right. Your grade was right. Strong by contender.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
What do I give this?
Oh, you gave it a strong by contender.
You know it, brother. You know it. Absolutely. It's Punisher, the Platoon #1. It is explicit content. It's $3.99. It's Max Comics. It is, we have Warren Ellis. I want to see Goran Parlov as the artist and then Jordi Belair as the colorist. And so it starts off, and it's this writer who writes, he's done stories on Punisher before, like, he's interviewed.
Who is Frank Castle?
He's interviewed people that know him and stuff like that to create a book, about these events. And he goes to his old Vietnam platoon buddies that are still around. And one guy is like, no, I'm out. And he's like, no, wait. Here's why I want to do this. And so they start talking about it and stuff. And so they go to it and they're like,
okay, our mission.
Yeah. Well, it's, hey, Castle. He's this big dude. He's the biggest dude. I think he's the lieutenant or he's the sergeant. Anyways, he's the new officer. And so you know how it is, like you got your officers and you have your
grunts.
Yeah, and so of course they're like, yeah, he's got to earn that trust and stuff. And even the new guy, he's like, nah, they have us, doing this stupid post and stuff. And he's like, he takes no risks with his crew. He's like, oh, I think this place has snipers, and he's like, all right, screw it, I'm gonna get a airstrike. I don't care. Calls in an airstrike, and they're surprised. They're like, he's like, I'm not gonna sacrifice anybody's lives, not one life, just because we're not sure. They go in, and there was some people in there in the rubble they find, and then you see that it's part of this whole thing that's building. This general is talking to this lady, and it's leading up to, gosh, what was the big Vietnam thing?
The Saigon?
I'm not sure, but so yeah, it looks so good, and I love this past. I love this going to the past of this character and going the deeds of
the Punisher
and everything like that, and how he earns the respect of of his men and stuff slowly and everything like that, and just his tactics, and seeing how his tactics too, like from past to present. So
they're finally making the Punisher old.
Huh?
They're making the Punisher old.
He's not an old dude in this, but
well,
I mean, this is also Max Comics.
Again, if it's Vietnam, then he's old.
So
because Vietnam is quite a while away.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, this is Max Comics. I think they're keeping him.
So they're keeping it classic pre-Secret Wars.
Correct. I think they're keeping him correct in Max Comics, but I'm not sure.
So strong buy contender.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. Has anybody taken a guess?
Not that I'm aware of.
Gander at the at what the tone is?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any guess? Any guess?
Yeah. So we have the All-Star Batman.
I'm going to say you gave it a strong buy and contender.
I'm going to think you gave it a strong buy. How do I contender?
We'll see.
It's up in the Yeah. Number is it?
It is number 14, 49.
Snyder is the script. Rafael Albuquerque did the pencils, inks, cover, and variant cover.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. I mean, thanks, Rafael. Jordi Belair did the colors. Steve Wands did the letters.
And it is the first Ally finale. I just love this narration. I just love the narration because we have what's his name? Alfred narrating.
Yeah.
And he's talking about how he's loved, and this has been going on, but it continues in this, which is how he loves pirate stories, and how pirate stories, there's always this mentor, and then he turns out to be
the pirate, the bad guy.
He ends up being the bad guy. But it also forces the mentee to rise to the occasion and go off
and overcome.
Yeah. And so
that's pretty much what we get here.
You're seeing some of that. Batman has been captured by the this knight, as well as this other dude, and then you have Pennyworth, and then he shows up in his plane, and he's like, Batman, don't you use guns, but I do. And he's got the Gatling gun. He's like, you're freaking nuts. You shot down the plane. The plane was in.
Yeah.
And
it worked, didn't it? You're still alive, right?
And I love, they also go more past stuff. How, Alfred went through this final trial
with this other guy.
With Briar. Yeah. And so, and how he was taking him to go kill his own father to cut all the connections.
Yeah. And
so it's another one of those kind of stories, though, where it's like, hey, your connections make you weaker. And then Alfred, Batman, hey, your connections make you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those. And so this guy, and that's part of it too, is you think that he recreated his son, but he actually recreated someone who he thought was the best knight, which was Alfred. So he is a clone, like an evil clone of Alfred Pennyworth. It's crazy to see a young him and stuff. And they have the face off, and then those two have a face off, and then they go and say, like, you don't have to be this and stuff. And so, and I just love how it ends, where he's like, oh, I hated my dad because of all this. And then he found these letters that he never sent to him, and he discovers,
hey, I can be the kind of person for Master Bruce.
Yes, and like my dad is bad of a dude. I always thought. And I think that's kind of also like the thing of fatherhood and sonhood, or being a son. You know what I mean? Like you kind of always think your dad's a dick, and at a certain point you kind of go like, he was doing this stuff because he cared. You know?
Yeah.
And then you have the Killers-in-Law, which is also finale of Private Matter. Rafael Albuquerque and Rafael Scavone as writers, Sebastian Fimara as the artist. And this one is that the Russians, right? And you see the dad reveals that he actually killed the mom. She loses her crap on her dad and goes after him. And Batman does his thing. But this is a lead into the next, or it's a tie-in into this story, but I think it's also a lead into I think it might be a lead into maybe the next arc. I'm not sure, but yeah. So she played into this whole thing that was going on with the Genesis engine. So yeah.
So what'd you
Strong by contender. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's fun. You know, there's so many good things. And it even makes me want to go like, now I want to watch like pirate stories. You know what I mean? It also made me go.
Oh yeah, let's go and watch Cutthroat Island. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know?
I give it a strong by contender as well.
For sure.
So you were right and I was wrong.
All
right. So next up we have
Captain Phasma. I think that you're gonna keep giving it a strong buy, but not a contender.
Okay, and I'll think you're just gonna give it a buy.
Okay. So it's Captain Phasma #3. That's all I'm going with.
Yep. Kelly Thompson's the writer. Marco Cicchetto is the artist. Andres Mosa is the colorist, and Clayton Coles is the letterer.
Okay, so we have like these giant like monsters around this island, and they're like, "What are we gonna do?" And she's like, "When do they rest?" You know, and they're like, "Okay, they rest during this time." She rallies the troops.
Yep.
You know, she's done. They go back to their armor, actually, right?
Yeah, they go back to their stormtrooper armor.
And so she rallies the troops, and she's like, "We got to defeat them." And she's like, the pilot, she's like, "Oh, you did such a good job." She's like, "I don't give a damn about them. I just need some cannon fodder, essentially, to distract monsters to get what I need." She does come up with this plan. It does deal with and tear of these,
and it's kind of mirrors part of the past.
Huh?
Her climb does mirror part of her past.
Yes. It's kind of like one of those like anime moments, because she even like says something from them. But once they get in, they realize that there's monsters on the inside too.
Yep.
So
monsters everywhere.
So so it looks superb. It's interesting. Like I said, once again, this is great character work and development that we did not get from the movie. I'm hoping we get to see more of that in the second movie. In The Last Jedi, we get to see more character development from her.
Phasma,
but if not, there's
the Phasma book.
There's the audiobook, and then there's also this.
Yeah.
So, hey, you don't like reading or you don't like listening, then you can do pictures.
Does Gwendolyn Christie narrate it?
Ooh, that would be so good.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so awesome if they did. I wonder. I want to like.
You want to check it out?
I want to check it out just to see if she does.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. But hey, dude, this is showing how ruthless she is, but it also shows past and how ruthless I think her dad was.
Oh yeah.
So you're seeing some breadcrumbs as to where she's got that ruthlessness from, and also that drive. So,
what'd you give it?
I'm liking it. It still irks me that it's like this mission that feels like it should be easier. And I'm also wondering where this dude is, because I'm like, how did this dude survive all this when he's didn't really seem that impressive? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see though, and I think that's something that you won't realize until the end. So I'm not gonna downgrade it. I'm gonna give it a strong buy and a contender.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a strong buy and no contender.
Okay. Here is digital code. F for Falcon. S for
Salacious Crumb.
Salacious Crumb. Okay. N for Never.
Naboo.
No, okay. X for I want to say
Xizor.
Xandor, but I don't know.
Xizor.
Then Z for
Zabrak.
Perfect. 9. X for
Xizor.
E for
Endor or Rock.
Fantastic. N for Nihilus, another Nihilus, 9, and then Q for
I got none.
Qualm. I don't know.
Quinlan Voss. There you go.
Yeah, that's perfect. Cool. Next, it is Astonishing X-Men number 4. I'm gonna say you gave it a strong buy in a contender.
I'll think you give the same thing. Charles Soule is the writer. Carlos
Pacheco
is the penciler. Rafael
Monteris.
Yep, is the art inker. Color artist is
Rain Beredo.
And Clayton
Coles
did the letters.
Okay, so we have Logan, and he is wrecking stuff, and they don't know what to do with this situation. They're attacking. He's attacking. We do have Professor Xavier talking to Psylocke like, hey, you need to decide to do something.
Yeah, really.
Or at least we think it might not be him. Based off of if you look at the lettering, it's very similar to somebody else's lettering. So, and then it goes into Fenix and Mystique in the astral plane, and they're enjoying it. You also have Rogue and Gambit. They're enjoying it as well, but he's the one that's giving into it way more. I love Bishop, dude.
Bishop's beast, man.
He is so awesome, and I love how he's like, oh yeah, he uses powers so that he lands fine. And he's like, he could do the same thing for Logan, but F this dude right now because he's controlled by Shadow King.
Yeah, really.
And he gets messed up, but like, even as an old man, and Warren tries to help too. I want to see him unleash the Archangel. That's going to be freaking sick because you know it's going to happen.
Yep.
And yeah,
Phantom X and Mystique are getting a little cozy, and Rogue and Gambit, and they're all getting a little cozy, and Xavier brings them to a deeper part of the Shadow King and or the astral plane, and somebody doesn't quite make it there.
Yeah.
So we lost somebody.
It looks great. It's awesome. It's interesting. It's just so good. Oh man, it just coins in on so many great things. I mean, you love the Gambit and Rogue.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
That relationship is just pure beauty.
It's always amazing. And then the Phantom Mystique thing, I wonder how this is gonna play on the inside world.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I mean, is he gonna stick around because she's around, or
he's all oiling her up on the beach and stuff?
I mean, they do kind of make a good crazy pair. I mean,
yeah,
kills people and she kills people. You still ain't got nobody that bites.
No bites. I'll say it's video game related.
Yes, it is video game related.
So yeah,
strong by contender.
You know it.
Strong by contender.
Yeah, on both ends.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna actually try to do this one. Okay, F for Phantom X, C for Cable, M for Magneto, yes. W for Wolverine. Okay. S for Sentinel. Okay. Y for Yank. C for Cable. I for Indigo. 1. T for
Thunderbird.
Yes. 9, and then G for Gambit. Boom, knocked that one out.
Next up, we have some Cyborg.
Cyborg number 17. Oh man, what he's discovered is how to control this world like digitally, because he's like, I've tapped it. We talked about this, the Matrix thing. He knows how to control it, but he's still, that doesn't make him invincible or anything like that. We have John Semper Jr. as the writer, Ivan Nunez as colorist, Rob Lay letter. And so he has dealt with like this evil version of himself, but he's also trying to pull out like the human side and go. He's trying to understand him and go like, I want you to be on my side, not just hey, you're defeated and you can't beat me. And so he's a valiant effort on his side. And he's like, why? And he's like, oh, because this girl, this is why. Oh, it's always a girl. It's always a girl.
Always.
And so he's like, all right, well, I think there's a way that we can correct this. And so they have this throwdown, and then this evil dude, and he can kind of control it too, because he makes himself all big, but not to the same level that Cyborg can. So he shrinks him down to size and deals with him to a certain degree, but that's the end of it because there is more. It's just there's always more, man. There's always more.
There's always a strong binding contender in your hand.
It is, dude. It's so good. I thought this one had a digital code. Yeah, it's at the very end. But usually one of our guys wants a DC book, so I'll hold on to it. So these are the 2 books. No more books I'm going to hold on to. So I'm just going to do 2 a week from now on.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good. Except you got some Black Bolt.
African American Bolt, number 6, from Adelan. Writer is Saladin Ahmed. Artist and cover art, Christian Ward. Letter, Clayton Coles. And so, yeah, so they are now being attacked by this creature mentally with the ghosts of their past. So Black Bolt, his parents, like, oh, like he's being racked with guilt. The other members too are being racked with guilt. Crusher Creel, I think, like his mom's there, and then they start realizing, hey, they're not real. They're feeding off your fears, and it's making this thing stronger, and it's making you weaker. And so this lady scroll, she straight up like this guy attacks Black Bolt, so she deals with him, like she just boom, and she's like, it's fine. They have, they have extra organs and stuff like that, and so it's likely he'll survive because he has other organs, Okay. So they just leave him lying there and then go deal with this evil creature, which is just like this, dude. It's just mind blowing. It looks insane, and they throw down with it, and they're like, well, we can't kill it because it's shielding itself. And someone needs to let it into their mind to do it. And Crusher Creel's like, you know what? Just scream at me. I'll absorb it and then open my mind. So
we'll see.
That's what happens. No, it's all said and done here.
Oh.
And they thought Lockjaw was gone.
Lockjaw's not dead.
Yeah.
How you killed like the most awesome member of the Inhumans?
Yeah, right?
I mean, really?
So yeah, it's a
it's a strong-minded contender.
It has to be, dude. It looks mind-blowingly great. It's just great character. It's phenomenal storytelling through and through. So yeah, here's digital code: F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, 3, E for Eleuterio, T for Tomas, 1, Z for Zorro, 2, U for Uganda, 8, S for Señorita. Next up,
we have some Hombre de Frio. Hombre de Frio.
We have Cold Man.
No, Hombre de Frio.
Iceman,
yeah, right.
Number 6. It's Champions Reunited, Part 1. We have Cena Grace as the writer, Robert Gill as the artist, Rochelle Rosenberg as the colorista.
Jose Sambino is the letter. And 4, I think you're going to give us a strong-minded contender.
We all, in fact, I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna say that you're gonna give this a B-bow. Then there's a good. Both of us may give it a B-bow.
Okay, so there we go. That's we don't even have to review it.
So we don't know yet.
We don't have to review it. But we're done.
We're done. No, let's do it anyways, because why not? Because they're Los Angeles. They have a team, the old champions.
Yeah.
The original. I don't know if they're original champions, but yeah.
Angel, Iceman, Widow, Hercules, and Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, which one?
Johnny.
Is this one John? This one's Catch.
This is Johnny.
Catch. Blaze.
This is Johnny.
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Okay, he's blazing it up. So yeah, and I didn't know that these were originally the champions, but they're like, hey, they're just recollecting and stuff. Natasha has passed away. She's and that's why they're doing this because
Natasha's dead.
She's dead, so that's why they're doing this. And he's still trying to figure out his life, as a new gay man. They do find this Sentinel, and so he kind of messes it up. And this girl's like, hey, this is us getting into the special effects business and stuff. You know what? We're gonna do it. And so they have other parts. They didn't know that, but there's other parts. They go to a club because this guy actually out.
He's like, hey, come. And he's like, I'm gonna invite him.
I'll be honest, gay clubs are so much fun. I've been invited out. Me and my wife went with her gay friend, and it was a blast. It's so much fun. And it's going really well for Bobby.
Yeah.
You know, he even can get some
dancing going on, some action.
dancing, some lip action, but also some other action because these Sentinels are activated and they actually can make damage. And so, champions
assemble.
You have to do it with a question mark.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Darkstar, of course. I love Darkstar.
They also, once again, do the intro to these champions as well as Iceman with this going on here. Yeah. And like I said, once again, this should have been the intro instead of
the
outro. I love it. Now, there's a part in this where it goes very in depth into what it's like kissing a man, which was so well done. It made it tempting for me to want to kiss a man. Like, now I'm curious. Like, what is it like kissing a man?
I'm not a guinea pig.
You know,
that pretty.
You got a little slow, and they mentioned that. They mentioned that. You know, he mentions like, hey, your kiss, like, he's like, I kissed girls before, and it's really soft. Like they just like the 90-10, right? Okay. The 90-10. He's like, you pushed back. Like there was a little, you know, and I'm like, huh. But no, I think my wife is aggressive enough kisser that I'm satisfied. So I don't think I would like this double. But anyways, like it was just so well done.
Yeah. We both gave it a strong minded contender.
And yeah. So and it looks phenomenal, and I like this champion story, and it makes sense, and
it's written for a good reason.
Yeah,
there's a reason. There's a plot point, an actual plot point behind why this group gets together. And even though I've never heard of this group ever,
and this time I don't mind that it's Johnny Blaze,
really,
because it works and it makes sense, right? Yeah. Like they're not trying to they're not like going forward with a new champions and having old Johnny Blaze. You know, hey, this is a new Spirits of Vengeance. Let's have a new, you know what I'm saying?
We may get Bobby Reyes in the Ghost Rider.
Or we may I might get him in Chance. That's what I was saying. That would be cool. So
strong by contender. And do you want to give out digital code, or do you want to keep it? Because I mean, you said you wanted to keep them, but yeah.
Fine, I'm gonna hold it.
So that's 3.
That is 3.
That's 3. We're done.
We're done. That's it. Okay, that's it.
All right. So.
Oh, and it's time for
the commercial break.
Kabow with a B.
Wow.
It's time to talk about one of our sponsors, which is Gamers Anonymity. Anonymity. Anonymous Gamers.
Gamers.
It's not like it's
a GA group.
It's not a rehabilitation.
It's 12 steps.
It's not for if you have an addiction. Some people have called his store and they thought it was a rehabilitation.
Oh, I'm addicted to
clinic
gaming.
For gaming, and it's like, but it is the perfect place though if you are addicted to gaming and you're not ready to quit.
Yeah.
Because they have all kinds of retro gaming. They do have current stuff too, whatever people have traded in. Actually, they did copies of Metroid Samus Returns by.
Oh yeah, how you like?
Oh, Strong Buy.
That's my favorite Game Boy game ever.
It's my favorite Metroid game now.
Oh
it
really?
Was Super Metroid, but then again, I have only played Super Metroid.
You played Fusions?
I have not played Fusions, so I've heard that I need to play it. So. I need to get it on like on Virtual Console or something like that. That's what I want to do because I'd rather play it on a new console. But which system was that on?
Game Boy Advance.
Okay, they probably have that. There. You could probably call and ask them. You know, you can go online to their Facebook or to their community group and ask John Sakura, ask Gamers Anonymous if they have that. And if they don't, they can put you on a list so that as soon as they get it, they will text you. They'll text you and say, "Hey, first come, first serve."
Come on.
And they do that in their group and on their Facebook page too. They'll whatever new they get in, they'll take pictures and they're, "Hey, first come, first serve."
Into the games up.
So they show those games, and they've been getting a lot of good stuff lately that you should check out and you should get because it is it's just pure awesomeness.
Yep.
So like I said, they're all about retro game. They have they have Friday night movies, which is awesome, and it usually relates to something that's upcoming or current. You know, which is really cool. And then they also, I think they have like Sunday night gaming. They have gaming night on Sundays.
Or it's like competitions and stuff, I believe.
Yeah. Like they all have different stuff. Like they have Splatoon tournament.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, they have different things going on. So I'm interested if they have.
I wish it wasn't such a long drive, man.
Yeah, it is on. It's Wyoming and Candelaria next to Domino's, and there's all kinds of other places too that you can eat in the area. So you can get food, take it to the store because they have like a garage with a giant screen, and you can eat there and like watch the movie.
Make sure you bring some napkins and wash your hands.
So yeah, you don't want to be gunking up all of his stuff.
Yeah, really.
So have some respect.
Somebody
for his stuff and yourself, but it smells great over there because it's right next to Domino's.
Oh yeah,
it's great, and they also he has this cool cat program where he has like a foster. He fosters cats, and then you can adopt them. It's $25, and it's great. And so it's a really nice thing. He does stuff with the community things, and he goes to some of the cons as well.
I'm not sure if we're gonna see him here at Santa Fe, but we'll
because that's quite a trek for for him, and with all the stuff he has going on already. So yeah, so check him out, garetro.com, and like I said,
Facebook, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Ready to get back at it?
And back to some comics.
Senorita.
We have your monthly Dick.
Yes, it's Nightwing number 30. It's $2.99. How much you get
weekly Dick now, man?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, with as many titles as he's in?
I'm getting spoiled with as much Dick as I get every month.
It's
a lot
of Dick.
This one we have Raptors Revenge Part 1. It's Tim Seeley as the writer, Miguel Mendonca as the penciler, Diana Agia as the inker, Chris Sotomayor as colors, and then Carlos M. Mangual as letters. And so just the name of the title, hey, we have a return of Raptor. But we also have the regular status quo.
Yeah, we have Orca and Blockbuster going at it, and Buster kind of just
put in their place. Yeah.
It's the floor with Orca. I mean, just
and so Knight is continuing to deal with the situation of these weapons, and like I said, Raptor shows up, and he wants revenge. He wants revenge on Nightwing,
and then we see Dick getting some action with some Huntress.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he's kind of flirting with the cop a little bit.
Yeah.
And she's flirting back, but she's like, nah.
You're not going to get me in trouble. And with the police and with his...
And then we have the ex-villains.
So the ex-villains he's talking to, and they're like, you need to skedaddle, because one of ours already died, and so you need to...
Trying to play the hero.
So he ends up teaming up. He's like, all right, I have an offer for you, Blockbuster.
Yep.
So...
will leave town if you tell me get rid of Raptor.
Yeah, because he's desperate.
Yeah.
And you can see that even Raptor is breaking his rules. But too, that Raptor knows that Nightwing's going to save this person. So I think that plays a factor into it. I don't think he's actually breaking his rules. He's just making it appear that way.
Strong contender?
You know it. I love my Dick.
Strong contender? Man, it's higher by half a minute, man.
Dang. Looks phenomenal. I love the yelling in this. And love you get some good action in this. So doing his acrobatics, gotta love it.
Next up, we have Vader. What up?
We have Vader number 6. It is Charles Soule as the writer, Giuseppe Camuncoli as pencils, Cam Smith on inks, David Curiel colors, and then we have Joe Caramagna as the letterer. Okay, cool. So I love this part. This part's so awesome. So we have the Emperor, and he's like, "Oh, you
kind of messed up your suit.
You got messed up. Yeah, your mechanics were messed up." And he's like, "I'll rebuild you." And he gets pissed, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot. You're a mechanic. You're a mechanic. You know what? Recreate it yourself."
Yeah.
And so he does. He uses the Force to rebuild his suit, like with all this high tech stuff. It's awesome. And then they have the former Jedi temple with this classic Jedi there. It looks so awesome. And someone's broken in, and so the Emperor goes, "Hey, deal with this person that's there."
And it becomes the Grand Inquisitor
facing off against Vader, and he's like, "Oh, you're weak." He's like, "Nope, I was just in my suit." Boom, boom. You've been dealt with.
Stops him about to kill Vader. He's like, "No,
I love how the Emperor is always pitting Vader against people and pitting people against Vader. And he's like, oh, well, what if I would have lost? And he's like, was there a chance of that? And he's like, no. And like, all right, well, then there's no issues here. And he's like, okay.
So we have the Grand.
You know, it pisses him off, so it makes him stronger in the dark side, but it also is justified where he doesn't hate the Emperor enough to go, I'm going to kill you then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He keeps him in this perfect place. He's the great manipulator. And then he's like, all right, you need to train these Inquisitors, essentially, right?
Yeah. The 8th brother, the 5th brother, the 7th sister, and 2 others that I've never seen before, along with the Grand Inquisitor. So, yeah. And they're going to be going after a wealth of knowledge. That's probably the best way to put it.
Okay. Yeah, because they're still hunting.
They're still in Jedi.
And that's, I love this idea of, hey, Order 66 took out, but there's a lot that are still out there. And they know that, and that's what they're after. Brilliant.
So I'm a contender from you.
And you as well.
That's agree, man. This is a strong contender, man.
So
this is a fantastic book. Loving the arc, loving the information about
just getting better. And I think if you're into Rebels,
this is a perfect.
This is a good
on point.
Yeah.
So here's the digital code. Let us know what you think. F for Falcon, C for Chewbacca, M for Mara, 9. V for Vader, M for Mara, 4. X for Shizor, 6. K for
Kilgoth? Is that something? I want to say it is, but
Kashyyyk. There we go. Perfect. 7 R for Red 5. There we go.
Sure. Now I got Hawkeye number 11. You want to guess what I gave it?
Bye.
Okay, that's probably correct. We'll see. Writer is Kelly Thompson, artist Leonardo Romero, color artist Jordi Belair, cutter VC Joe Sabino. So this one, it's a dossier through her Hawk investigations. Good recap. I liked it. And it starts with now, and it's her facing off against herself. And then you're like, oh, they made a clone of her, and Mask put her consciousness in this clone. So now there's an evil her out there, and so she breaks loose from this, and she deals with all these Madame Mask minions. It's freaking cool. It's awesome. Paneling, fighting done really well, superb. And then she gets back to it. This girl's with her friends, and she's like, "Oh, they even ask, oh, where's your arrows? You know, how come you're not, doing this?" And then they have a throwdown. They have a throwdown by the Hollywood sign. She is, hanging there for her life. The enemy is, and she's a good guy. She's got to do what good guys do, and stuff. And they were like, well, first of all, she didn't fool us because we know you and stuff. And this one, this is a wrap up issue. This is another one of those where I got it. Why? Because I was inspired by the Hawkeye Generations issues, but this is a finale. This is not a jumping on point. It's done well despite that, and interesting. And now she has a new mission to find her mom, which she thinks may be alive. And she's going to do it with the help of, Hawkeye and the best there is, the new best there is.
Oh.
So I like the art. The art is pretty well done. Like I said, this isn't a good jumping on point. But I think the next one will be, which I think is going to be a legacy issue as well.
Probably.
But I'm not sure.
We'll see. What's your grade for it?
You were right.
It's a buy?
Yeah, it's a buy. It's a buy. Here's your digital code: F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, Z for Zorro, H for Hector, L for Lupita, 2, M for Marcos, W for Huerita, C for Carlos, U for Uganda, A for Alamos.
All right. Next up, we got some Green Lanterns. Which number 32?
Ooh, this one was so good.
Sam Humphries is the writer. Scott Kowalski is the artist. Hi-Fi does the colors. And Dave Sharp did the letters. There we go.
You get strong band contender.
I think you gave it the same.
So this one you got some downtime. It is the two, yes, life. It's the two lanterns, Simon and Jessica, and then of course something pops off. This giant like rock
creature thingy,
molten lava creature thing. They face off against.
They shackle him. They beat him up with rock band people, and it's strange.
Yeah, and then they go to this party. She forces him. She's like, "Oh, I hate people and crowds and stuff." Introvert. But like she really likes the family, so and then they're forced to have a talk out in the bathroom. Him and his brother-in-law, but they're like best buds. And then they even try to get her to like kind of
flirt with the guy,
flirt with this dude, and he's kind of like full of himself. But he's actually into her, the Green Lantern, I think, but not her. And then there's this other guy that's a jerk, but she uses like a thing to mess with him, which was really great. And then the guys work it out eventually. I love like the donuts too. They're like, oh, like it's just, and then get some pancakes, and now they have their mission out in space. Yeah.
And they're ready to go. They're ready to kind of move on from Earth and give it a break. So it looks pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed the slice of life.
This character stuff.
It's great.
I love it. Yeah, this downtime. It's been so crazy lately. This is exactly what we needed.
Strong by contender for me. Strong by contender for him, probably.
Yep, without a doubt.
Next up, you have some Guardians of the
Galaxy, number 11. We have writer Jerry Dugan, artist Roland Bashi, color artist Daniel Brown, Cré Petit Les lettering. And so this one is about Richard Rider and his brother, and how his brother sent like this distress message and what happened to him.
Help me, everyone, Kenobi, you're my only hope.
And so he actually got recruited by the Raptors. In fact, that guy that they fought before, he was that Raptor. And so they kind of bring him back and stuff, and they corrupt him, the Raptors do, because he used to be a Noah. And so now we have Ryder, and he's looking for his hermano and stuff. And there's just like this reading of the more you get the backstory of these Raptors, that is the lead up to them and the Nega bands. You get that backstory.
Okay.
This felt like a Nova issue, but it works.
Okay.
It works. It fits. The art is different. It works.
It's strong by, but not a contender.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Yeah.
Strong by, not a contender.
Because I don't really know that much or care that much about these characters.
Yeah, the only one you really know is Dick Ryder, and only limited because of that 5 or 6 issue series with him and Sam Alexander.
Right. I'm not one of these people that's like, I'm obsessed with Dick Ryder. Yeah. And so, but yeah. Here's a digital code. R for Rigoberto, E for Eleuterio, D for Diego, A for Alamos, 0, I think. Z for Zorro, I for Ignacio, Z for Zorro, G for Guillermo, Y for Yucca, H for Hector, another Y for Yucca.
Next up, we got some X-Men Gold. I like gold. Number 13.
And it's the Strong by Contender
for both of us.
It's Mojo World Part 1.
Yeah,
it is a legacy issue. Well, yeah, it is a legacy. Because, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Guggenheim is the writer. Mike Mayhew is the artist. Rain Berardo is the colorist. And Corey Petit is the layer like normal.
So we have Mojo, and he's like, "Oh, this script," and then
it's trash.
They're playing baseball. I love the baseball, like always with the baseball, and then the
Wolverines.
You have the Wolverines, yes.
Let's just call them that.
You have Old Man Logan, and then you have
you're my son.
Yeah,
from another universe. Yeah.
So it's fun. It's interesting. Then these giant like pillars land in New York City. And each one, I think, is teleporting each one to like a different
time period
universe and time period. Yeah. And so one of them
they kind of all split up.
One of them is, I think, the dark. I want to say it's the is Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah,
was Age of Apocalypse the one that what's her name's
The one that
Prestige?
No, that's Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Okay, so it's Days of Future Past then is one of them, and then another one like it's like some winter place. So it's a different one. I think they're covering Age of Apocalypse, Days of Future Past, and
Inferno.
And yeah, and so that's why what's her name is terrified right now because she's like, oh, we're teleported back to my time, from my dimension where I'm from, and everything like that. And they got some classic stuff. Yeah, it looks interesting. I'm looking forward to it. You know, you have different teams doing different things.
And it's being broadcast throughout the entire planet and then some. I mean, I love Mojo, man. Mojo as a character is a great, one-off thing where you can do a nice arc and then be done with him for like 2 or 3 years and then bring him back and it's still fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so amazing. So again, I'm going to give it a strong buy and contender, and I'm pretty sure you're going to give it the same thing like I said.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, though, they do the intro at the end, which should be at the beginning. It doesn't make zero sense to do that.
It doesn't make any sense on that. That's what's going on. We still have yet to get anybody guess that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what's up with you guys today? Come on now. All right, so here's the digital code. Let us know what you think. So F for Familia, C for Charles, M for Mariko, L for
Lola? What?
Logan. There we go.
Logan?
Logan. X for Xavier.
What are we doing?
F for Fantastic. K for Kilowog. V for Victor 809. K for Kilowog. Yes, I know that's Green Lanterns, but I can't think right now.
And I'm gonna give a hint on the tone. Video game.
Yeah, video game, and I'll even go further. PS1. Oh yeah, I went that far. PS1.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give it even closer, but anyways, Superman 32 is next. We have Target Deathstroke. Written by James Bonney, colors by Arif Priyanto, art by Tyler Kirkham, letters Dave Sharp.
Okay, and when we picked up on left off Lois and Clark, get shot by Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is about to shoot, but he stalls.
Yeah, and
Superman has enough time to get there. Yeah. Kind of disappointing that it was that, but you end up finding out why they do. He has this like force field suit thing. So that's how he's able to not even throw down. He's still getting wrecked. Deathstroke is still getting wrecked.
He's just a distraction.
He's just a distraction. And so that's going on. All this stuff's going on. He's really just pushing his limits and seeing
what will happen,
like what Superman will do. And he's like, I'm not gonna kill you. So it's not gonna work, no matter what you do.
So he says that this distraction of a fire. Superman puts it in a fire, and Deathstroke grabs Lois. I mean, that's kind of what it sits at. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. You're gonna kill me, and I'm gonna kill her. You're gonna have to kill me. And then the explosion happens, and Lois and Deathstroke get thrown into the water. Lois gets saved by Stroke. She got this nice taser. Superman goes and says, hey, I'm going to save her. And Deathstroke game over, Boy Scout. And it was never about killing you. Never about killing him. It was a test.
Yeah.
A test.
It's like fact-finding mission, essentially, and you see who sent him on that mission in the end.
Yeah. And it's a good person to see. I'm glad this person's back in the fold. Especially with something like this. This is something that this person would do character-wise. Because, I mean, it's crazy. So, strong buy. It's a contender. I enjoyed it.
I'm going to give it a strong buy.
Alrighty.
Next, we have Spider-Man, number 21.
Wow.
Brian Michael Bendis is the writer. Nico Leon is the artist. Just Pansor, Jason Keith, color artist. Corey Petit, lettering. This picks up where it left off. He's at this party with this girl all dressed up in this fancy suit. She's asking him questions. You also get some flashback stuff with him and his uncle Aaron, and how he's like, be honest with women, because there's a lot of guys that aren't. You know, they feed him all this bull. So just be honest, and you know, they eat it. And funny because it wasn't that way with his mom, you know, but that wasn't a romantic relationship.
So yeah, she's got something going on. Miles is in trouble, and he's talking with his dad.
He calls his dad for help, or you know, just to tell him what's going on. He's like, "What?" So so he's like, "All right, well, they got to find out what's going on with that." And this is essentially what Tony Stark was dealing with not too long ago. So his stuff is web shooters get jacked and stuff. We do not see enough Venom blasts, I feel like.
Yeah, we really don't.
But then this has really brought him back home, back down to earth, you know? Yeah.
So he goes home and goes to his dorm, and Genki is messing around with the katana that he brought back and slices his desk in half. It's so awesome.
Yeah, what kid doesn't want to mess with like a lightsaber-like thing? And then somebody visits him, a certain time traveler. That's all I'm going to say.
A certain person from the cosmos and the stream visits Miles' dad.
I don't know what's next. It looks pretty crazy, this teaser.
Yeah, so the teaser does look wild. I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen there, but I'm ready to see that kind of interaction between peoples. There we go.
All right,
I kept it. I kept it cool. Strong my contender for me, man. I loved it. It was a great bit. It was a great issue.
I'm gonna give it a strong buy.
Not a contender?
No.
Okay.
Just wasn't enough for me. So, here's digital code: C for Chameleon, J for Jameson, B for
Bugle,
U for
Human,
N for Nova, 3, U for
Human,
Q for Quasar,
okay,
Y for Yank, 7, C for Chameleon, and A for
Alistair.
Perfect.
Alistair. Next up, we have some Logan.
Old Man Logan, number 25.
Edson is the writer. Mike Dotto is Jr. is the Frank Martin is the colorist. Corey is the letterer.
So you see how El Maestro recruited these hillbilly Hulks from this other
Earth
timeline, dimension, whatever. And you also see around the world where all these other Hulks are landing with their nukes. And Hawkeye does his thing. It's like Hawkeye does his thing, and it's just like sometimes he just seems so useless, you know? Yeah. And Maestro and Old Man Logan have a throwdown, and it is hardcore. It is
straight
sick. And I love the trash talking between those two are so good. Like that, to me, my favorite thing about fights is trash talking. Yeah. Like, that's why I love the Star Wars fights, is because they're getting inside each other's heads. Just trash talking in fights is just getting inside the head of your opponent, like destroying their like will or their mind, you know, so that and then you can destroy them physically. That's like, that stuff is just brilliant. Something we have this crazy little X factor though that's here that is very true to the cause of Maestro's cause. Yeah. You know, because she's like completely brainwashed. But they have had help with them. So you know, they are partially, that's partially dealt with, you know?
And this Puck, right?
Yes, but I don't think, but obviously it's not completely dealt with.
Oh, no.
So, because of this little X factor we have here. So, yeah, we'll see. I
thought it was pretty good.
We'll see. I think Hawkeye's going to deal with this issue because Hawkeye's perfect for these kinds of moments.
Oh, yeah. You know, there's somebody at a distance, and you have to get something out of their hands before they blow it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Hawkeye's the guy. He may have been useless against Maestro, but...
And he may only have 12 arrows.
Yeah.
And he kills all 12 people. You're welcome. But, yeah. Strong by contender for me.
Yeah, for sure. Strong by contender here as well.
It's amazing.
It's just getting better. You know, nice twists and turns, and it's good stuff. So
here's the digital code. We have F for fantastic, C for Charles. Looks like M for Martico, M for Martico, 90, X for Xavier, F for fantastic, X for Xavier, Y for Yggdrasil, V for Victor, H for Hulk.
Cool. We have Green Arrow, number 32, which is a Gotham Resistance finale. It's a Dark Knight's metal tie-in.
I'm so upset that I didn't pick this up.
Oh,
I should have.
You should be, dude. You should be. It is. We have Benjamin Percy still writing. We have Williamson, and then I think Juan Ferreira does the art.
And I think you're going to give this a strong buy and a contender, and go.
So you have Mr. Terrific, and he's explaining these cards, and everything like that. So that's really cool, and that's really interesting. It's weird though, because I feel like we didn't deal with all the layers, like all the tiers, all the circles or whatever in this. And it's weird too. You have like Robin, and he has like this weird thing going on. I don't know. Like everything's just taken next level, okay. To this level. His has been captured by this machine feeding off of them and stuff, and he's like, we need to save them. So they rally up behind Robin to take this thing down, but in the process of doing that, then all kinds of baddies come out of everywhere. You have Bane, you have these the Gimp Robins. You have the main one though, which is the evil Damian Joker Robin, and they also find out that nth metal is their weakness. And so Robin's like, we failed, it's all my fault, and Green Arrow's like, because this is from the point of Green Arrow, is like, hey, now we know how to kill him and everything like that. And they get a little help from Fate. But yeah, so this part's done, but there is more. And that plays out in the next metal. So okay. I can't wait for the next metal number 3.
Metal.
So, and to see more tie-ins too. I want to see more tie-ins and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is going to have repercussions, and it's messed up and it's crazy. So good stuff here.
Strong by contender?
Yes. It's just too hardcore, dude.
It's so metal.
It's just metal. You can't like this evil Joker has this awesome like Batmobile that's metal, that's dark, and it's just like it's sick, dude. Like it's a hot rod. It's too cool. It's too metal, man.
Next up, we got some Star Wars.
Star Wars
37.
Some Star Wars 37. We have Jason Aaron is the writer, Salvador LaRocca is the artist, and Delgado is the colorist, and Clayton Costello. So,
all right, Jimmy. You gonna tell me a joke like that? That was great.
Anyways, we have this Scar Squadron. He's going like this dude is facing off against Vader. And he's like, you're not a Jedi. You're not Sith. And he's like, no, I wouldn't dare. And like, he's so humble. And he's like, I'm your humble servant.
I'm a trooper.
He's like, I'm just a trooper. He's like, you know what? The Empire saved me. I'm super loyal to. And then even the Empire shows up. He kneels to him, and he's he's stumbling for words because he's like, it's an honor in your presence and everything. Like we need more like this, like so great. Then they go to the Horrocks system. You have this giant monster creature, and so he's like the bully. He's the tyrant there, And
they whoop up on him.
And they whoop on him, and they're like, hey, help us. And I love how you're seeing this other side of the Empire. Where like, hey, they're taking out evil people, threats, and then getting people to join them, and then give them information. And so they end up killing other people too, and it's just crazy.
This trooper does get pretty hardcore with that saber.
Yes, he does. It's pretty crazy. But they also take out this whole village too. It's really messed up. And you see, that the main crew shows up, and there's this demolished
town. Greetings from Scar Squadron. Long live the Empire. So they scrawl on the wall in Arabic.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Arabish.
I love your freaking nerd knowledge. It just gives me a
dude.
nerd
I
boner,
started
dude.
reading Star Wars books in '93.
So we're not done though, because we have the Sand will provide Jason Aaron and Dash Aaron as writers, Andre Sorrentino as artist, Lee Loweridge colorist, and Cole's letterer.
And then we have the Sand people thing going on. I mean,
yeah.
Tusken Raiders. Sorry, that was just
Tusken Raiders. Yes, you get that whole thing, and as well as Obi-Wan's like little connection and stuff there. What did you think of it?
As much as I like the A story, I thought the B story was better.
Wow. Okay, and me, I feel like you don't need the B story at all.
No, you don't. You don't need it at all.
Completely throw it out.
But
like, it looks cool and it's interesting stuff.
Yes.
But I just kind of go like, what does that have to do with anything? Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, if it was going into who was the Tusken Raider that was the Jedi?
Ashrad Het.
Now, if it was going into him, I'd be like, okay, cool. But it doesn't seem like it is. So, I mean, it might be.
We never know.
Because it shows Obi-Wan. And so I think it's going back to Obi-Wan. And then in the teaser, we have Luke, and he is, I don't know if he's going back or what, but
he looks like he's on Tatooine or something similar to it.
I don't know. Yeah. And he's like got some crazy robes. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. So either a strong body contender because, well, I just like this book. This book is great. It's amazing.
I'm conflicted, so
strong by,
strong by, but not quite the contender.
Okay,
you're better at this than me.
All right, digital code for Star Wars. So F for Falcon, C for Chewbacca, M for Millennium, W for
Wookiee.
Wing or Wookiee, Q for Quinlan, 5. N for Naboo, 9. Y for Y-Wing, N for Naboo, 0. W for Wookiee.
I was going to say Yavin.
But that works well. Yavin.
Now we have Iron Fist. This is number 73. It's Sabretooth Round 2, Part 1. Ed Brisson is the writer, Mike Perkins artist, Andy Troy color artist, Travis Lanham is the letterer. And so you have the Yazu Prin Lishu. They get this guy out of prison. They're like, hey, you guys weren't able to do what was necessary. So he takes out one of the people that let him loose. Then you see this dragon that he has in his apartment. And he's like feeding cows to it and stuff. And then he goes and he sees, he goes to a bar because he has a little proposition for Sabretooth. And he's like, oh, you're just a knockoff Wolverine that sucks and stuff. And like, he's just like, they have a throwdown and it's awesome. He's like, you all's losing this fight anyways. And then they have this other that are traveling to New York to go deal with Iron Fist. And one of them is like this rat guy and he's eating, all these things. But somebody has stolen this book that has information of possibly how to get back to Kunlun. And so they do a little once again, they do his recap at the end, or like his
profile.
His profile at the end, which once again I should have been at the beginning, especially for this Marvel Legacy 73. I absolutely should have been at the beginning. Now this is a continuation of what's already been going on. But at the same time, I still feel like you should have this intro, then the ending one, the actual intro to the character's past, and then you should the intro that is this is what's been going on these last few issues or whatever, during this short run, and then boom, start the story. It's not the greatest jumping on point because of the fact that it is a lot of stuff from past, but it is kind of a decent one just because it's starting kind of a new arc.
Yeah.
So that being said, I give it a strong buy.
Not a contender?
Not quite a contender. Here is a digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, F for Marcos, 9. F for Familia, T for Tomas, 5. Another T for Tomas, S for Señorita, W for Güerita and for novela.
I picked up Avengers 672.
Oh, I missed it. I'm going to have to pick it up.
And this is written by Mark Waid. Jesus Asayas is the artist. Corey Petit is the letterer. And Alex Ross did the cover, which is amazing. I'm going to blow through this, man.
Okay.
All right. So we have the Avengers and the Champions kind of colliding together. So Viv and Vision are kind of helping out with the fire. They're kind of not getting along. Vision is not talking. Viv is not doing what it says, and it kind of makes him upset because, well, that's his kid,
right?
But she saved lives and stuff. So yeah, and then we get the little slice of life between a few of the characters. We get back where Wasp and Spider-Man are talking, and then they keep talking about this cosmic threat. They kind of split up into certain groups. Captain Falcon goes, "Hey, you need to split up like this. So Nova, Thor, you guys go take care of this. The rest of the Flyers, second line, Viv and Falcon grab a Spider-Man apiece. They were going to make it where the Vision and Viv were going to work together, but she's like, nah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing to see different parts of the Champions and different parts of the Avengers kind of mesh.
Okay.
And it's cool on that. And we'll see most of that in future issues. But they did end up stopping the threat of like meteors and whatnot. And then we have like some sort of beast at the end, which I guess, and Hercules will be fighting, of course, because there's the strong guys. Again, this continues with the Worlds Collide in Champions number 13, which comes out on the 18th, which is 2 weeks?
Yeah.
All right. And then next month in Avengers, it'll be the continuation of the Worlds Collide as well. So if you want to read this whole series, we're going to have to be picking up 2 different comics, which we picked them up anyway for the most part.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get this one. I just didn't know. I don't know why, because I saw it at Age, and I was like, and I didn't pick it up. So I don't know why. Well, it wasn't in my list. In fact, when I went through the list for my app, it wasn't in there. That's why.
Okay.
So, but
strong contender for me. I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool.
Good jumping on point.
Okay, now we have Batman number 32.
The War
of Jokes and Riddles.
The finale, right?
The conclusion. We have King as script, Kel Johnny as pencils, ink cover, June Chung as colors, Clayton Cowles as letters. So now we have like a 3-way death match going on.
We keep flashing back between the proposal that Bruce did to Selena and the fight. That's kind of where it sits.
Yeah.
The fight's amazing.
The fight is awesome because at parts of the fight they go, hey, this is our chance to kill Batman. At other parts they're like, this is my chance to kill Joker. This is my chance to kill Riddler. Mm-hmm. And all the while, of course, there's riddles and there's jokes thrown in.
And Batman's just, weird.
And Batman is pushed to the point
where he wants to kill the Riddler. And Joker actually steps in to stop it. And that's when this Joker loses his crap, and wins, and he's just hysterical. Because to him, that's the greatest joke of all, is that he was able to do that. Mm-hmm. And but yeah. And of course, we get the answer from Selena on what she wants to do, and she says, "No."
Well, also, yeah, it's he's love when a guy is vulnerable. Yes. So he's opening it up, and it wins him. Sometimes you just gotta shed a tear, sometimes you gotta break down and you gotta let it out,
Strong my contender from this guy.
Yeah, you as well.
Strong my contender.
So I also want to give a shout out to we have writer, creator, editor, mentor, friend, it says, Len Wein, who passed away recently. And it's been in the DC Comics. He's made quite a few characters, actually. He's made Swamp Thing. I think he also did Wolverine, I believe.
I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure. So, and he's did a lot of the con scene. He's a really nice guy, great guy. So yeah, we wish him a well passage
into the next realm.
Yes.
So, time for our back and bag and our runner-up.
Dude, another huge stack.
Dude, I'm
doing about all these.
I don't know, they're so good.
There's just too many.
Mine's gonna be really, really, really easy.
Is it? Is it easy?
Yes. My runner-up is Iceman. Iceman is my runner.
Runner-up. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is my runner-up. My victor is the man himself, the Dark Man, Darth Vader. Darth Vader, that comic was amazing. Loved it. Loved this book. So, that's my two. What you got?
You know, it's really tough to say for me personally. I gotta love my slice of life.
I'll think about that Punisher over
my
there, man.
mojo, you know, all this greatness, this all-star Batman. Oh goodness. Gosh. Okay. So yeah, I can't decide. This is too difficult for me. It really difficult.
So honorable mention for one, at least.
Honorable mention at least is Punisher the Platoon. Okay, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. I think it's just going to get better.
And it's going to be probably better in trade. Put it to the side since
probably.
Because we did not get code.
And so I did not give away this code.
Iceman either.
Did we? We didn't do the Batman, All-Star Batman, huh? We did not. So you know what? Because Platoon did not end up being a runner-up or B-Bout, just honorable mention, I'm going to give the code away. L for Logan, 1, Z for Zone, F for Flank, L for Logan, 2, E for Echo, 5, V for Victory, R for Righteous, P for Pound, and D for Delta. Cool? But you know what? I'm going to have to...
Your runner-up.
I'm going to have to go with... Oh, gosh dang it. This is too hard.
Hey, it's tough, man.
This is so hard. Okay, so right now I have Iceman, and I have Star Batman. But I have for runner-up and for B-Bow. There you go.
Mix and match, pick a choice. They're both equally good, so I can agree with that.
You decide which one's which. I don't like. They're just absolutely
good.
Yeah, just too freaking great.
And here's another
here's another digital code that I'm throwing out there because this did not end up being a runner-up.
And nobody has guessed our stuff yet, man.
Which is the digital code for Cyborg number 17. Nobody's around for it. Nobody stuck around for it, but here it is. DC for Detective Comics 417, and for -4, B for Batman, W for White 55, X for X-Ray 0. So there you have it. I mean, these we have. What was it? Darth Vader number 6,
Iceman,
and
All-Star Batman.
All-Star Batman and Iceman. I mean, you can't contend with these. Like this is
great.
This stuff's just so well written and so well done.
Because this Iceman is a man.
Now our champions should have a legacy thing too. That should be team and
the champions,
like some cow passing the torch or something. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyways, so if someone wants to answer the tone, what it's from, or any relation to it. If you throw out, you don't even have to say too specific. Just,
give it the game.
Yeah. Give us the game name, any of the game names. It's a huge
series.
And it relates to this week very much.
Yeah.
And this whole month, really.
Yeah.
That's all the hints I'm giving
and
right
I
there.
already gave out the hint in this video game. Well, he gave out the hint in this video game, and I gave out the hint in this PS1. So, I mean... Come on.
Ah, damn it.
What?
I keep on forgetting trivia.
Trivia.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So we're gonna try to do some trivia for these things. Like at the end, do some quick trivia to each other back and forth. So, but yeah. So, tell us, what your B-Bow is. Tell us what you thought of these digital codes that you got, as well as what you thought of what we tried this week, which was guessing beforehand. We'll try different like that just to switch it up, like announcing it before and then seeing if we feel different afterwards. Okay. Because there's this very interesting thing that what I've noticed is that when I go back through these books after that, I go like, hey, this
it's like really much better.
The leftover feeling was, I'm like, this wasn't, I gave it a strong buy contender, and I feel like maybe it's just
a
buy or a strong buy. You know what I mean? So my feelings are like, I think we kind of hype it up for each other too.
Yeah.
But there's also some books where there are things I didn't notice in them.
That I noticed.
Where I was like, oh, it was a buy, and then you noticed or whatever. And then I go, okay, now it's a strong buy, or it's a contender, or it's, hey, sometimes it ends up being runner-up B-Bouts material. So, yeah.
There was an hour-long Dragon Ball Super last night. I posted it in the chat. I mean, the community. Check it out if you can. It was amazing. Amazing.
I still need to watch the finale of Rick and Morty.
Rick.
So yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, but it was okay.
Yeah. Oh, John sauce. There was a huge thing from. I wanted to go. I went to the Bernalillo. Of course, Bernalillo didn't have it. Of course, they had some spicy sauce, and they're like, oh, they had it in Rio Rancho. You're telling me they didn't, though.
No, I'm telling you they had it in 2 stores in Albuquerque, and I'm telling you there was 20 per store. And I'm telling you it was sold out. There were kids crying all over the country.
Kids crying.
There were 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds going, no,
there was adults. There's grown adults crying about it all over the interwebs everywhere, too.
Those things are selling like $300, $400, $500 on the internet now.
Get out.
No.
You know that McDonald's has to go, we found our cash grab. We're going to do it again.
So we're going to release Rick and Morty, we're going to release Flask for kids for Rick and Morty with Szechuan sauce.
Come on, Rick. Come on. We need some more Szechuan.
Oh, jeez. I need some more sauce.
Just one more dish.
Szechuan sauce.
This is probably a horrible.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably horrible, but whatever. I love Morty because he just has that voice.
Geez.
He's just like, I love his character arc so far. Yes, it's been so great. Like just him and fantastic. But it is. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a listener. We appreciate it very much. If there's anything that we can do to improve this, please tell us. Like I said, I'm going to try to dial it down so they only keep pretty much codes for runner-up and B-Bows, and that's it. And hopefully only 2 codes, and that's it, because I don't want to hold on to too many codes because then I forget what we did
and what we
didn't, especially if it doesn't end up being a runner-up and or B-Bow, or whatever,
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's what I'm going to try to do, give away more digital codes. But then that does mean we have some left over when we do the special events and stuff like that. So yeah. And then of course we have the con coming up and stuff. Me and Slay J are working on some stuff on a Talk Foodie to Me.
Okay.
Yelp reviews and stuff. We're going to try out locals. Yeah, it's all local stuff. But I think we're going to do Dion's next because we did Brevin Crepes. And that has a little twist on it too, because we're kind of the nerdy part of it is that I'm doing it as Vegeta and him as a form of Bulma, I guess. But it's also like off of like, you remember the Zagat's reviews that Chris Farley and Adam Sandler used to do? It's also that mashed up with, so yeah.
Okay.
So we want to do a few of those before we start putting them out, and probably do those monthly. Might have lost all the footage from Duke City Comic Con because I haven't been able to access it on the external hard drive from the info that I got from Mason. Yeah. So I don't know if that's because I don't know what's up with it, but I should have saved all that information.
Is maybe a hard
onto the hard drive first, and then before I sent it to him. But that's my screw up, lesson learned. School of Hard Knocks is the way that I learn most and best, unfortunately. So, yeah.
I'll see what I can do to help you out on that.
So
we'll see what's going on. Talk nerdy to me, talk nerdy to this guy. Hit us up, TNTM_TheShow, pretty much everywhere. And
keep your eyes on folk
comics.